Welcome, everyone, to the final matchup before the knockout round. Things are starting to get a little chippy. Everyone jostling for that NBA Cup. Joined by Grant Hill and Tim Legler. This is Brian Anderson. And we'll have Ali LaForce reporting for us. All right, a chance to check out stats for Tyrese Maxey.
And his effective field goal percentage isn't in the best place right now. Over the last 5 games, he hasn't had much shot discipline. He'll be looking to play a lot smarter today.
Here are the 5 for Philadelphia. Maxey and Edgecombe man the backcourt. Kelly Oubre out there with Joel Embiid. And it's George in at the 3. And for Brooklyn, Porter Jr. is the 4 with Claxton at the 5. Dimon at the 1 with Thomas at the 2. And it's Highsmith in at the 3, the small forward. And here in this Game 4 of the NBA Cup tournament for these two teams, they come in on opposite pathways thus far, Grant.
Yeah, B.A. One side undefeated in group play, the other side winless. Not hard to pick a favorite in this one.
Now here's George. Back to Maxey. The 3 is up. Nails it from beyond the arc.
And if you look at these early years for Tyrese Maxey's career, you can see he has increased the number of threes he's taken year by year.
Here's Claxton. Pass to Porter. Oh, the teardrop falls in.
Smart play there by Porter. Working his way inside to find a reliable, close-range look.
And here is Maxey. He's off on the layup. Here's Dimon. He's covered by Oubre. And it's Dimon missing. George outside. Let's go with a 3. Porter pulls it in.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Here's Dimon. It's rebounded by George.
Bad offense against bad defense. The play looked as ugly as you'd imagine.
Edgecombe, no good. The Nets have gone 1 for 3 so far. Embiid with a steal. Here we go, the Sixers on the break. George for 3. And another miss by Philadelphia.
Just 1 for 5. Not the start they were looking for. Obviously, there's still plenty of time to get on track.
Maxey surveys. Pass to Embiid. And stolen by Claxton. Here's Highsmith. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. They traveled to Brooklyn last time they faced the Nets. Came away with a win.
The last time they faced this team, they were very aggressive. Found numerous ways to get themselves to the line.
And at his peak, Paul George averaged 7 free throw attempts per game. Tim, that number's seen a precipitous decline.
Well, in particular, the last few seasons, and I think with his injury concerns, B.A., you understand him being less inclined to hunt contact.
Here's Dimon. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against New York. Thomas passes to Claxton. So they take the lead.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give them credit for finding a weakness there.
Well, with that kind of success, I imagine they'll continue to be aggressive inside.
Philadelphia has gone 1 for 5 from three-point range. A cold start. So Nick Nurse has decided to call a timeout here. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Let's use this time to have a look at the team scoring leaders. Philadelphia, number 1.
We knew the scoring talent on this team would be tremendous, but they may have even exceeded our own expectations.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. George with the bucket.
Well, if you create shots for him, Paul George is going to knock them down all night long.
Here's Dimon. Checking his numbers. He's put up a little over 9 points a game. George, right side. Uses the glass to finish the layup. George has got 5 now.
Yeah, Paul George not content to just hang out on the perimeter. He attacked the lane right there.
And Thomas has got the ball here for the Nets. 4-point game, outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Knicks.
It was just a challenging game for them. They executed well, but just not well enough to put themselves over the top.
And you know, when I watched that game back, I thought they actually did play well. The other team just played better.
Philadelphia leading by 4. Oubre into the lane. That one's wide left. Brooklyn has gone 0 for 2 from outside. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
A solid read from Porter Jr. When he makes quality passes like this, it helps his team's overall chemistry.
One shot.
You take a look at the Nets. They haven't won a game yet in the NBA Cup. 0-3 record with tonight being their last Cup game.
Well, no doubt about it. They will try to put this NBA Cup in the rearview mirror and give their full attention to the regular season.
And as for Philadelphia, a 3-0 record in the NBA Cup. Looking tonight to finish group play perfect.
And not an easy thing to do. They'll be tested on the road tonight, but so far it's been so good for them.
Here's Dimon. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Pass to Thomas. Down low. And it's Dimon missing.
Yeah, he has had a hard time finding rhythm this quarter. Just cannot get one to go.
Here's Edgecombe. Thomas defends. Outside Oubre. From downtown. Sinks that one after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
If he gets any daylight out there, he is capable of knocking that shot down.
Nets trail by 6. Now Thomas. No points yet. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
And I'll tell you what, Thomas plays with a lot of courage. Got hit that time, no problem.
Here's Maxey. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Jordi Fernandez. I asked him what he told his guys before going up against Joel Embiid, and he said, quote, "I told them to get into him. Always get a hand up and do your best to guard without fouling. Embiid excels at baiting defenders, but we can't afford to give him free points at the line." Back to you, Brian.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Here's Dimon. Checking his numbers. He's put up a little over 9 points a game. Pass to Highsmith. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
You can get away with one once in a while, but it looked like he wasn't completely set on that pick.
Well, oftentimes illegal screens fall into a gray area, but that time he got called for it.
Outside Maxey. Here's Oubre. Embiid, a screen on Porter. Oubre into the lane. And he elevates for the slam dunk. Michael Porter on the wrong end of that one.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. Now here's Thomas. 29 points for him last game against New York.
And he did his part from the line. Drew fouls and made them count.
Clock is at 3, so it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. All right, on the line, we've got our insider, Shams Charania. What do you have for us, Shams?
Well, the Nets trading this summer for Michael Porter Jr., and after playing a complimentary role in Denver with Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray, he now becomes a focal point. He said he's not really a big city guy with all the traffic, but listen, he can expect plenty of crowding every time he touches the ball.
He can heat up in a hurry. Shams, thank you.
An exceptionally skilled player. You hope Michael Porter Jr. stays healthy. I mean, his potential is limitless.
Man, he's checked in for Brooklyn. That one's no good. And for the Sixers, the growth of Tyrese Maxey has meant everything, Grant.
Oh, my. His growth, both with his play, but also with his leadership, has meant a lot. And he has such a joyful energy. It really helps pull this team together.
Here's Maxey. 13 points in the win against Orlando.
But he also picked apart the defense with his passing. I mean, this guy can really read the floor.
Now here's Maxey. Pass to Edgecombe. Lets it go from deep. Claxton with a rebound. Claxton's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Dimon. Maxey covering. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. Screen by Claxton. Here's Thomas. The rebound by Embiid.
He got the space he wanted for his mid-range. He just wasn't able to convert.
George. And George with the jam.
Well, he's really known to hurt you from deep, but you love to see Paul George attack the rim like that as well.
Here's Dimon. Maxey covering. Pass to Porter. Rebound by the 76ers. Their last game, a win against the Magic. Looking to carry it into this one.
They really had a strong night shooting the basketball. They got hot and stayed hot.
Well, I just thought they had the tempo exactly where they wanted it. To me, that was the difference in the game.
Here's Dimon. Following that last three-pointer by Philadelphia. Claxton passes to man. Claxton a screen on George. Still in the early stages of the season here, but some people are already talking about MVP and Rookie of the Year, Grant.
You know, I think it's a little early for that. I mean, those decisions are a long way off. But, you know, B.A., I guess it never hurts to take a peek.
Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Well, Grant, last season, the Nets retired number 15, the jersey of Vince Carter.
Yeah, half man, half amazing. In his half decade in New Jersey, making 3 All-Star teams, 2 as a starter, and joins his former teammate Jason Kidd amidst the 7 jerseys we see hanging above us.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And Tim, after a rough season, the Sixers with some lottery luck last May.
Yeah, there was a good chance their draft pick would convey to OKC if it didn't stay in the bottom 6. Instead, they moved up to 3rd, and they were able to draft VJ Edgecombe, who could be a difference maker.
Now here's McCain. Looking at his numbers, currently he's averaging around 9 points a game.
They've played with fantastic energy from the opening tip.
Yeah, they've just been the better team. They've been more aggressive, which is why they hold a double-digit lead.
Nets trail by 10. Pass to Williams. Here's Clowney. Over Edwards. Here's Sharp. And he dunks it down.
Just great energy on the offensive glass. That's exactly how you cut into a lead.
Boy, a slam like that is sure to give them a spark. The Sixers lead by 8. Outside McCain. Drummond with the screen. Pass to Edwards. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Lowry, the pass to Drummond. And the jam by Drummond.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And from the opening tip, they've been locked in. Just look at the score. That tells you all you need to know.
Here's Traore. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Here's Mann. He drops it from range.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Pass to McCain. Drummond to screen on Williams. Here's Grimes. Three-pointer, no good. Nets trail by 7. Here's Clowney. Outside Sharp. Out to the right wing. No good. Oh, good D by Edwards. Pass to McCain. There's the triple. Yes, and it's Edwards picking up the assist. And the 76ers lead by 10. And Jordy Fernandez wants a timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for the Sixers. And over the last 10 games, these are the league's best rebounding squads. Fourth, the Nets.
And over the last 10 games, this team has brought it to the glass. Everyone is getting involved and trying to help one another secure boards.
Brooklyn has gone 1 for 3 from beyond the arc. Outside, Williams. There's 57 seconds left in the first quarter. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the 76ers?
So far, they've had a lot of success off fast break plays, and they'll probably continue to push the tempo as much as possible.
And I like how they've played defense, turning turnovers into points. Those are huge.
And teams built to win now don't always have the young pieces that Philly does, Legs.
Yeah, BA, particularly in their backcourt. Nice drafting and great trades have given them an abundance of talent.
Grimes' shot is off. Nets trail by 7. We've got 33 seconds left now in the first quarter. Here's Saraf, covered by McCain. Here's Williams. The shot's good. Williams has got his second basket on the night.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Porter against Embiid. Drummond to screen on Porter. Three-pointer Embiid. Doesn't go that time. Paul George, he's feeling it tonight. He's been the driving force for the 76ers. He made a big impact, scoring 12 points in the quarter. We'll be right back. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And looking at what we've seen from Philadelphia, what do you guys think?
Well, it's simple. I mean, they started off strong, and they've been hot from beyond the arc since the get-go.
When you spread the floor and force defenses to close out to the three-point line, it's going to create driving lanes.
Nets trail by 5. Porter Jr. and Clowney in it forward. Zaire Williams out there with Terrence Mann. And it's Sharp in it to 5, down low. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. Left side Williams. Clock at 4. And stolen by Williams. To the paint. Here's Mann. Pass to Sharp. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around. Sharp's gotten his second bucket.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Philadelphia leading by 3. Outside McCain. Now Grimes puts up a 3. The rebound by Mann. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, Michael Porter Jr. was the #1 prospect in his high school class, and he said, growing up, basketball was easy for me. It was like, say, going up an elevator. But after my injuries, it's like climbing the stairs. It's like I'm walking in my purpose through this, more than if everything had just been smooth. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Allie. Drummond's gone a perfect 3 for 3 so far. And here's Mann. He's got 5. Williams on the wing. Clock at 6. The Nets need to get off a shot here. And the 3 off target. How about the unselfishness of this team?
Yeah, the willingness to make the next pass has this defense scrambling.
Embiid, good.
That's great range. Joel Embiid has never been afraid to shoot the 3 if it's given to him.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Outside Sharp. To the middle. Here's Porter. And that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Now here's McCain. So Nick Nurse has decided to call a timeout here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Well, Grant, as more and more teams look to get up and down, you think that lends itself to going deeper down the roster?
Oh, definitely, B.A. Also, with the G League and bigger coaching staffs enabling end-of-the-bench guys to get more reps, it helps them stay ready when their number is called.
Lowry, he's checked in for Drummond. Now here's Grimes. He's guarded by Porter. Outside McCain. Fires for 3. Brooklyn with the board. Mann with it. 5 points in the game. Pass to Porter. Launches it. Edwards pulls it in. Philadelphia leading by 6. Now here's Embiid. Guarded by Sharp. Sharp grabs the miss. Sharp's got 4 rebounds in the game. On the wing, Porter. He's guarded by Lowry. Williams from long range. Rebound by Philadelphia. Embiid's got his 5th rebound in this one. Edwards, a pass to Lowry. Now here's Grimes. Goes up on the baseline. The shot no good.
Well, I'm not sure if he was surprised to be that wide open, but something got him out of focus.
And then Porter with the dunk.
Being Porter Jr. is 6'10", you have to know where he is at all times, especially when he's lurking inside.
And almost 4 minutes gone in the second quarter of play. Now Lowry. No points so far. And there's a whistle. That goes on Terrence Mann. That's his first foul of the game. So the Nets making a switch here. Thomas has checked in. Philadelphia also making some changes. Bona comes in for Edwards. And it's Tyrese Maxey in for Lowry. Philadelphia moving it around. 5 on the clock. Here's McCain. The rebound by Mann. Nets trail by 4. And legs, you look at Jared McCain, an NBA frame and a sharpshooter.
And floor spacing is so important in this league right now. So if you can knock down shots and just hold your own in other areas, a coaching staff is going to find time for you.
Burst onto the scene. Now he's a household name.
Take a break.
Absolutely.
Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw drops for Williams. And Grant, the Nets have shown the capacity to rebuild quickly in the past.
Yeah, playing in a big market helps, but they've pivoted decisively from their Big 3 era and have the picks and flexibility to make moves.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Watford's checked in. And Williams drops them both. Well, injuries a nightmare for the Sixers, Grant. Last season, a league-high 55 different starting lineups.
Yeah, B.A., and their lowest win total since 2016. But some silver linings. Jared McCain was on track for Rookie of the Year before he went down. And Quentin Grimes also impressive.
Now here's McCain. Here's Embiid. The Sixers again can't hit.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
Back to Williams. Pass to Thomas. Lets the three fly, and the three-pointer goes. Thomas has got 7.
And Thomas right there just did a great job making himself available, getting to his spot, ready to fire. It's so sick, the vertical ability.
That was flat out awesome. He has that effortless knack for getting to the hoop. Brooklyn has gone 1 of 4 from three-point land here in the second. Outside, Williams. On the wing, Porter. Beyond the arc. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. They host the Hawks after this one, and that kicks off a string of 3 home games for them. Down low. Here's Watford. Banked it in off the glass. And it's a 3-point Philadelphia lead.
Well orchestrated. And then the pass is right on the money.
Now here's Williams. Covered by Grimes. It's stolen by Maxey. Pass to Watford. Over Williams. The shot by Watford, no good. The Nets have gotten 4 of 8 shots to drop in the second. Porter finds Williams. Cash. Assisting on the play was Porter. Williams has got 5 points in the quarter.
Their defense has to do a better job of smothering those shooters.
And so it's Embiid who brings up the ball for Philadelphia. Outside McCain. Count it. 2 for 4 from the field now.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
The Nets have gotten over 50% of their shots to go. 5 for 9 in the second. To the paint. It's stolen. And here they come. Got a piece of it. Thomas outside. It's stolen by Maxey. McCain with it. Guarded now by Williams. Here's Embiid. Misses off the right iron.
When you're not at your best, it is great to have teammates who will pick up the slack.
Thomas passes to Porter. Back to Thomas. Left side man. It's stolen by Maxey. There's the triple. Sharp grabs the miss. Brooklyn trailing. Here's Thomas. Lays it up and banks it in. Thomas has got 9 points.
Oh, you gotta love the fight. Thomas going to work down low.
Here's McCain. He's got 5. Pass to Maxey. Jacks up a 3. That's his 3rd basket in 5 shots. Solid work.
This is why they will go to him often. He's going to take and make shots.
Brooklyn has gone 2 of 6 from distance here in the second quarter. Man, the pass to Sharp. To the inside. Here's Thomas. Tries again. Inside. And his 5th basket. Now 5 for 8. Looking comfortable out there. Well, we got a close one here in Brooklyn. Grimes, the pass to Maxey. Philadelphia moving it around. Grimes' shot is off.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
And he doesn't have to do it alone. He's got 4 teammates on the floor.
Williams misses. Philadelphia shooting 47% in this one. Looking efficient. Watford outside. Takes a 3. Counted from distance. He's got 5.
Yeah, just an outstanding find by Maxey. More than willing to give it up to open teammates.
And Jordi Fernandez wants a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. So Brooklyn going with almost an entire new group here. Nick Claxton, he's checked in for Sharp. Clowney comes in for Michael Porter. Highsmith, he's checked in for Williams. Dimon comes in for Mann. Philadelphia also making some changes. Oubre, he's checked in for Joel Embiid. Paul George comes in for Watford. And it's Edgecombe in for McCain. Nets trail by 4. Out to the wing. Pass to Clowney. And a nice finish on the layup. Clowney's got his first points of the game.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Here's Oubre. Oh, that one bounces around and comes back out.
Great defensive effort to lock down the paint.
Bringing that intimidation factor. I love it.
Thomas outside. Here's Highsmith, covered by Grimes. And it's Highsmith missing. Philadelphia has gone 3 for 7 from the perimeter during the second quarter. No good on the 3.
Well, I love the confidence. Keep shooting it. Eventually, he's got to start making some, right?
Pass to Claxton. It's stolen by Oubre. Fires the 3. Gets the first one to go. Now 1 for 7 on the night.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
There's a minute 59 left in the second. Here's Dimon. Maxey covering. And here's Thomas. 18 feet out. It's good. Thomas has got 13.
And this is just one of those blow-up nights for Thomas. He has one of these every once in a while.
Here's Maxey. Give him 8 points now. Pass to Edgecombe. We've got 1:28 left to play in the first half. Fires in the triple. Grimes has got his second basket of the night.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Out to the right wing. Here's Dimon. Over Maxey. Dimon, that's good. Dimon's got his second basket.
If the defender is giving him that much space, the points are inevitable.
Here's Edgecombe. Thomas defends. Pass to Oubre. And here's Maxey outside. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Now Claxton. Here's Dimon. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's going to go on Tyrese Maxey.
It was a strong move. The shot's just a little off.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
This is how you stay in the game. They're doing a beautiful job from the line. 100% this quarter.
And the 76ers making a change here. McCain's checked in. And so he makes both from the line. We've got 33 seconds left in the second quarter. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. It's on Nick Claxton.
Yeah, McCain's going to do some really good things in this league. He's got a lot of skill, can really score, but then he's also got a tremendous work ethic.
Philadelphia shooting their second and third shots at the line here. And the first one at the line is good. And both free throws good for McCain.
And that's why you don't want to foul a guy like him. He is going to make those free throws.
Pass to Thomas. 15 seconds left in the second quarter. Drops in the three. Clowney's got 5 points. Here's Maxey. 4-3. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. Philadelphia on top. They're up by 4. Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Joel, some fireworks early. What's going to be critical to keeping it rolling?
Just keep moving the ball, get stops. And I think the kids just moving the ball, playing together. We've been doing that, and we got some hot guys, and we got to keep fitting them.
Ball movement is key, guys.
Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be right back to begin the third quarter right after this.
Welcome, one and all. Before we hear Kenny and Shaq's insights on that first half, let's look ahead and check out the upcoming schedule.
And looking at the Bucks matchup, this will be a good challenge. If they could come in, play with intensity, and sustain that, they'll be right there at the end, Shaq.
I want to see how they play.
And taking a look now at the Brooklyn Nets. They're in a close contest.
One thing that's kept them close, putting in work on the offensive glass. They're feasting on second chances.
Yeah, they've been active, and they're playing with intensity.
Thanks, as always, for watching. Let's head back to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the second half.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. We've seen Cam Thomas really having a great game.
He's been excellent at cutting through the defense and giving them fits around the basket.
I wouldn't want to have to be out there trying to keep up with them. It's really difficult when he shows you this kind of energy offensively.
Nets trail by 4. Taking a look at the 76ers. Maxey and Edgecombe man the backcourt. Joel Embiid is out there with Kelly Oubre. And it's George in at the 3 slot. Here's Porter. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Porter's got 9.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Well, getting a high percentage look right out of the locker room to start the second half. Exactly what they were looking for.
Maxey, a good look. Claxton with a rebound. Claxton's got rebound number 7 tonight for the tie. That one's good. This game is all even. He's got 15.
They're just taking what the defense gives them. And right now, that's the interior.
Here's Oubre. Well, Grant for a late first-round pick. Cam Thomas is a certified bucket.
Yeah, B.A. He's got every shot in the book. And he's still rounding out the other aspects of his game. But if you need to score, that he can provide.
Now here's Embiid. Oubre inside. Porter's there. Oubre can't hit. Here's Thomas. Claxton passes to Thomas. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. Shot clock at 6. And here's Porter outside. He can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Oubre. To the paint. Uses the glass on the layup. And the 76ers lead by 2.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
The Nets have got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. Here's Dimon. Maxey covering. Porter. Good work defensively by Oubre.
The defense doing just enough there to affect that shot.
The kick out to Maxey. Second shot opportunity, and that one comes up a bit short.
This is definitely not how they envisioned starting the second half.
And then Porter with the dunk.
Well, he led his teammate and hit him in stride. You really can't do it any better than that.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Outside Oubre. There's the three. Brooklyn pulls it in. Here's Highsmith. Yet to see a basket. Pass to Dimon. Here's Highsmith. Just 5 on the clock. Now Porter. It's stolen by Oubre. Fast break. Here comes Philadelphia. Claxton against Embiid. And Maxey, here we go. For three, George. And give him another one. He's 6 of 8 and looking solid.
Perfect start for Paul George. Just absolutely filling up the stat sheet and carrying the load offensively.
Here's Dimon. He's got 7. Pass to Claxton. Now here's Thomas. On the wing, Porter. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Dimon. The three. Some solid defense from Maxey. From behind the arc. Brooklyn with the board. Porter's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Dimon. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. All right, Tim, back in 1996, you led the league in three-point percentage. You shot 52% on 3 attempts per game. Talk about the hot hand.
Well, B.A., it shows you how much the game has changed. I had a green light, but it was a different shade of green. I still only took 3 per game. Now you have multiple guys every night that will take 3 in the first quarter.
That green light's now neon green for many.
No doubt.
And he sinks the second. Here's George. He's got 15. So Nick Nurse has decided to call timeout here. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. And now let's turn to the 2K leaderboard for a look at the squads that have the most points in transition over the past 10 games. The Sixers third.
Over the last few weeks, they've been high flying, getting up and down the court with conviction.
Brooklyn on D. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. Screen by Embiid. 6 to shoot to the middle. Claxton with a rebound. Claxton's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. That one goes in. Porter's got 6 here in the quarter.
It continues to make plays offensively, having a very efficient quarter.
Pass to Edgecombe. Now Maxey. A deep three. Highsmith grabs the board.
Nothing going his way this quarter offensively. Time to recalibrate.
Here's Dimon. Now Porter. He's covered by Oubre. Here's Thomas for 3. Joel Embiid pulls it down.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Off target from 3-point range.
It's clear he's totally out of sync. The team needs to rethink its strategy around what to do with him.
And so it's Maxey with it. He brings it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. Out to Oubre. Here's the three. Highsmith grabs the board.
So far, he hasn't done a lot of damage from three. Only had that one in the first half.
Porter gets the bucket.
And this is how you execute through contact. Porter Jr. outworking the defense in style.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys. The Sixers, they want to get over the top. Joel Embiid said, I've accomplished everything individually, but there's one thing missing, which is to win a championship. We have to do whatever it takes to make sure that in the postseason I'm healthy and as dominant as I've ever been. Guys?
His health is key. Allie, we appreciate the report. The Nets have gotten 5 of 10 shots to go. Here's Dimon. Maxey covering. Pass to Claxton. Here's Dimon. The three is up. On target from range. Dimon's got 11 points.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
Yeah, he was so ready to answer that. These teams are just battling.
Here's Edgecombe. He's scoreless, and the shot goes down. Here's Dimon. The rebound by Maxey. Philadelphia shooting a low 29% since halftime. Oubre passes to George. Philadelphia moving it around. Here's Embiid. Rebounded by the Nets. Claxton's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's Dimon. 11 points in the game. Shoots over Maxey. And it's Dimon missing. And for the 76ers, they're shooting about 43% on this one. George's shot is off. Brooklyn has gone 1 of 4 here in the third from range. Here's Dimon. Thomas outside. It's hauled in by Oubre. Oubre's got 5 rebounds tonight. Rejected by Claxton. Thomas passes to Claxton. Here's Dimon. With the 7-footer. And he gets the friendly roll as that one goes. Dimon's got 13. The Sixers trailing. Outside Maxey. And here's George. 15 points in the game. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Porter.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
He is just trying to make an impact by disrupting their rhythm.
Man, he's checked in for Highsmith. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Grimes is checked in. Here's Edgecombe. Embiid, a screen on Thomas. Here's Edgecombe. Oh, wow!
Oh, save that for the dunk contest. That flush was so extra.
Whether or not this game is close, he's the same guy, focused on finishing firm at the rim. And Jordi Fernandez wants a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. The Nets have gotten 7 of 15 shots to hit in this second half. Down low. It's stolen by Drummond. Pass break, Philadelphia. And Edwards slams it in. Man, what a wild one this has been.
8 lead changes, some big plays, and some big mistakes, too.
Brooklyn trailing. Thomas passes to Williams. They set the pick. Back to Thomas from the arc. And Grimes pulls it down. The 76ers shooting around 32% in the third quarter. Tim, we've seen the offensive game of Quentin Grimes go through the roof.
Yeah, B.A., he is playing with major confidence right now. In high school and college, he was a lead guard, and that comfortability with the ball is evident.
Lowry, he's checked in for the Sixers. Legs, we've seen players extend their primes, extend their careers. What's behind that?
Well, I think you have to look at the absolute best, LeBron James, and what he has been able to do in making that investment in terms of caring for his body. It's a role model that all players should emulate.
Question is, can anybody replicate what LeBron has done?
Boy, that's going to be tough to copy that.
The Sixers lead by 5. To the inside. Back to Lowry. Drummond, the screen on Thomas. Lowry, the pass to Drummond. Here's Grimes. Here's the second effort, and the layup is good by Drummond. Drummond's got 11 points.
Well, he just outworked everybody there. Give him credit. He deserved to be rewarded for that effort.
Williams passes to Sharp. Outside man. Back to Sharp. 6 on the shot clock. Man, the pass to Thomas. Sinks the tray. He's got 18.
And now that's 1-3 in each half. He is trying to make the most of those three-point opportunities.
And it's Zaire Williams with a foul. That's his first foul. We've got 1:08 left to play in the third quarter. Pass to Grimes. Drummond, the screen on Williams. Clock at 6. And Drummond with the jam.
Showing off some mobility there. When Drummond rolls like this, he's hard to stop in pick and rolls.
Nets trail by 6. Williams on the wing. Here's Man. And a miss there on the triple. And the 76ers shooting at a decent clip. 45% for the game. McCain with it. And it's Man picking him up. Philadelphia moving it around. Edwards for 3. Here's Drummond. Oh, he remains perfect. 7 for 7. Showing no signs of letting up.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Thomas passes to Sharp. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
That's a great look. His teammate was on the move, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Outside McCain. The 3 ball. Sinks it from distance. McCain's got 10. And so it's Philadelphia. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Their defense has forced a number of key turnovers, giving them a clear advantage on possessions. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
Yeah, so impressive for a big guy to make a find like a guard.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Porter Jr. and Clowney in it forward. Terrence Mann is out there with Williams. And it's Sharp in it to 5. So that's the Nets 5.
And after putting it down, he dangles from the rim a little.
Man, that's borderline taunting right there, Grant. They're playing with a certain swagger right now. And Brooklyn with possession here. The Sixers getting their last shot to go. Man, the pass to Porter. Outside, Williams. And here's Man. From downtown, gets the 3 to fall.
Well, he is very capable of hitting the deep shot. Defensively, you need a better shot contest than that, or he is going to bury you.
Now here's Embiid. It's picked off. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
And that was just moving the ball quickly. And he's rewarded at the end with a high percentage look.
And they are showing you why it's so important to get off the floor before the defense can set themselves.
And that one's good.
Well, he's not the biggest guy, but McCain certainly plays tough inside.
A few possessions into the fourth, just over a minute played. Now here's Mann. Pass to Clowney. Mann with it. He's picked up by Edwards. Porter. And then Porter with the dunk.
Beautiful look right there. Led his man perfectly.
And Embiid has got the ball here for the Philadelphia 76ers. Now here's Drummond. Pass to Grimes. Screen by Embiid. Shot clock at 5. Edwards, a pass to Grimes. Left side McCain. Fires the 3. Brooklyn pulls it in. Porter looks it over. Outside man. Pass to Sharp. Lets it go from deep. He buries it from 3. Now just a 3-point 76ers lead.
And I'll tell you, this thing looked pretty much over heading into the fourth, but give them a lot of credit for fighting their way back.
A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Up top, Embiid. Pass to Grimes. 5 to shoot. Takes the 3. Clowney pulls it in.
He is just ice cold. Luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Oh, what a performance offensively.
They're really rolling at that end. Excellent game plan.
It's Edwards on the wing. And another miss by Philadelphia. Brooklyn with the ball. They've outscored them 10-2 during this run. That one goes. Count it.
They've still got work to do, but it's impressive how they've battled back.
And they've made some big plays to get back in it. This game is a toss-up now.
And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. Wilson's checked in for Brooklyn. Cam Thomas comes in for Williams. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Nick Nurse had to say to the team. Coach telling their team, this is a tight one. We need full effort defensively, 1 or 2 stops, and we will win this game. A coach preaching defense, a familiar tune.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Philadelphia's got nothing to fall from outside the arc here in the fourth. 0 for 4. He's guarded by Porter. Pass to McCain. Outside Grimes. The 3. Brooklyn pulls it in.
It's been a quiet game for him to this point on the offensive end, but the team has still played well enough to hold the lead.
And he's finding the bottom of the net consistently. Porter Jr. is scoring with ease.
Here's Maxey. Embiid, a screen on Thomas. For 3, Maxey. The rebound by Mann. Mann's got 4 rebounds in the game.
Well, after spacing the floor for them in the first half, he's gone cold from out there.
The 76ers have got 2 of 8 shots to drop in the final quarter. Philadelphia with another miss.
He's been way off the mark in this second half, just unable to get any kind of rhythm going.
Here's Thomas. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. It's going to be on Quentin Grimes.
Well, you know, Thomas knows that in order to be a great scorer, you have to be able to get to the line.
Free throw good. Thomas.
When you watch Cam Thomas go on one of his patented scoring outbursts, it's reminiscent of the microwave. He heats up quickly and can carry the offense in stretches.
Edwards, he's checked in for the Sixers. Edgecombe comes in for McCain. 76ers trail by 3. Embiid with it. Left side, Maxey. Just 4 to shoot. To win the drought. Again, Maxey missing.
Yeah, he's really scrambling to keep them in this game. Gotta respect that hustle.
Thomas with the ball. Guarded now by Maxey. Here's Porter. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play. Oubre, he's checked in for the Sixers. Paul George comes in for Grimes. The free throw is off from Porter. Tim, these recent injuries robbing Embiid of prime years. 7 straight All-Star appearances up to 2025.
Yeah, B.A., for a player his size that moves as quickly as he does, it seems like it put a tremendous amount of strain on those lower extremities. It's a common theme in this league.
Now here's Thomas. Porter finds Thomas. Outside man for 3. Joel Embiid pulls it down. And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for Philadelphia, trailing by 5. A quick shot there. It's off target.
They are really struggling to stop this run.
They just need a spark. This is when your leaders have to step up.
Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. For Brooklyn, Nick Claxton, he's checked in for Clowney. Highsmith comes in for Wilson. Dimon comes in for Mann. Here's Maxey. Pass to Embiid. Back to Maxey. Shot clock at 6. Embiid, a screen on Thomas. Late clock, the Sixers need to put one up here. Oubre can't hit. Nets leading by 5. Pass to Dimon. And here's Porter. Three-pointer. Buries it from 3. Porter's got 17 now, just in the second half.
His first 3 of the game. Maybe that gets him going from out there.
George outside. Now Embiid. Over to the left wing. To the left wing. They need this. Oh, right between the eyes. All net that time.
Well, Embiid pretty much has the green light to take any kind of shot, including off the catch.
Thomas passes to Porter. Now Claxton. Back to Porter. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good. Porter's got 11 here in the quarter alone.
It has certainly been a good night for him, and it is showing on the scoreboard.
76ers trail by 8. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Oubre against Porter. Looking to get back on track. And Oubre gets it to go. Nets leading by 6. Here's Dimon. Pass to Highsmith. Here's Dimon. Outside Porter. And there's another one for the Nets.
He's refusing to let up. Just call him closer.
Philadelphia shooting about 43% in this one. Maxey passes to Embiid. No stopping Joel Embiid. Wow.
Yeah, getting aggressive in the paint. Look at Joel putting his size to work.
Brooklyn has gotten 3 threes to fall out of 4 attempts here in the 4th. Pass to Thomas. Here's Highsmith. And here's Porter. He's covered by Oubre. Porter gets the bucket.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
76ers trail by 8. Outside Oubre. Here's Edgecombe. Puts it up. Oh, a perfect jumper. Brooklyn's gotten 3 threes to fall out of 4 attempts here in the fourth. Here's Dimon. Maxey covering. Now Porter. Thomas buries it from outside.
And we don't see Thomas in the corner a ton, but Cam is very effective shooting that short corner three.
'76ers trail by 9. And timeout is called by Nick Nurse. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here. And so it looks like the Sixers will retain possession here. They trail by 9. Oubre fires. Shot's no good. Brooklyn has gone 4 of 5 from beyond the arc here in the fourth. Here's Thomas. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth. Oubre with a rebound. 76ers trail by 9. Yes, sir! Bank it in the layup.
Well, that's just a veteran understanding how to play. Paul George knowing exactly where to go with the ball.
Now Thomas. The three is off. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. Takes a three. That misses. Brooklyn leading by 7. Thompson outside. Using the glass to lay it in.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
Yeah, with each bucket, he denies any thought of a comeback.
And the 76ers shooting the ball at only 35% here in the fourth quarter. Here's Embiid. Outside George. Now Embiid. Ready off the pass. He lays it in.
From point-blank range, you won't see Embiid miss many.
The Nets shooting about 56% in this one. Now Claxton. Oh, nice setup for the slam.
Got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
And this run should seal this win. What a timely burst.
So it's Philadelphia now. 9-point game. Maxey. Oh, Claxton with a rebound. Here's Highsmith. George defending. Down it goes.
Impressive job by this team. And you really can't discount the impact of this crowd here.
Yeah, the atmosphere in this arena has been unbelievable. Great all-around effort by everyone to put this game away.
At this point, it just feels like it's over.
Yeah, anything they do at this point is going to be futile. Too little, too late.
It's money from deep.
Embracing the role of a facilitator. That's really good stuff there by Maxey.
There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Dimon. So we see the Nets get the win here. All right, so chalk this win up as both one for the regular season and their first victory in group play for the NBA Cup.
Yeah, and sadly, this first win comes after 3 losses in group phase play. So I don't think they'll be surviving in the tournament. But, hey, at least they didn't get totally shut out.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For reporter Allie LaForce and for Tim Legler and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for joining us. And we present the player of the game, Michael Porter.